Good afternoon, good people. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you until what time is it? 3 to about 5 o'clock. I'm with you till about 5 o'clock. I got a few things that I want to discuss. Few things that I want to discuss. But of course, before I do that, got to say hello to the people. Of course, you being the people. Again, if this is your first time ever checking us out, and I know Wyatt is on, so I know some people will probably be joining us later because, Wyatt doing what Wyatt do. He captivating the people, talking about that stuff. So, yeah. So a few people are over there checking out Wyatt. And again, as always, I encourage y'all to check out Wyatt. I mean, I think today's conversation was a good conversation. It's not a conversation I intend on having today, but it was a good conversation. One of these days I might discuss it. Just not today. I haven't really, put much thought into it. Um, I'm sure I discussed it before, but Anyway, so as the people come over from Wyatt, because it looks like he's wrapping up. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, he doing the music thing. What they dusting off his shoulders and all that stuff. Y'all don't understand. I really do like the Wyatt Live. I like the show. So that's the only reason why I watch it. It's the only reason why I watch Lincoln. It's the only reason why I watch Raven. If I don't like it, well, that's not true. I probably because I still listen to 700. I don't like what they do. I still listen to it, but I listen to it kind of to hear that aside, which a lot of times is just nonsensical. But I still listen to it. All right, let me get to it. Let me start saying hello to everybody because you guys are important to me. If this is your first time, all I ask is you say hello to me and tell me where you checking us out from. Other than that, sit back and listen, turn it off, yell at your phone or your tablet or your computer or whatever it is you watching me on. Do whatever it is that you want to do. You can even throw insults. People do that. Just don't be amazed if I insult you back. This ain't the kind of show where you can throw out insults and not get an insult back, unless I'm in that kind of a mood. But you say, hey, we free here. We people, and, we speak our minds. So, but I always start out the show by saying hello. So let's get it going. As always, oh, hold on, let me put the little chat overlay on so y'all can see the comments because y'all know I'll be so far behind. So let me put the comments up. Robert Willis. Good afternoon, Robert Willis. Good afternoon. Got Anthony Prosser in the house, who's been stalk mocking me all day. Stalk mocking me all day. Everywhere I go, Anthony is there. Everything I say, Anthony gonna mock. He's stalk mocking me. Stalk mocking me. I keep feeling like I'm saying it wrong. Anthony, good afternoon. He's representing the wood. Brian. David. I don't know where I got Brian from. I don't even see a Brian on the screen. David, good afternoon. David is representing the interstate. All right. Got Myosha in the house. I'm going to change that music maybe even today. It'll definitely 100% be changed by the end of the week. 100%. Brent, good afternoon. Brent's representing Dallas, Texas. DeWanda in the house. Good afternoon, DeWanda. Good afternoon. Appreciate you checking us out. We got Preston Smith. Good afternoon. Jerika, I don't know where Brian came from. No idea. Erica Hummins, good afternoon. Erica's representing Reading. Good afternoon. Let's see. We got Terry Anderson in the house. Good afternoon, Terry. Representing downtown. Phyllis Mitchell in the house. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking out the show. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see why it has gone off. I can close that. Yeah, I don't be playing. I say I watch stuff and I watch it. And he even went off, so the music was playing, all that good stuff. Phyllis, good afternoon. Pat Rogers representing Westwood, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Jerica in the house representing, oh, she's just saying, hola mi familia. Why you be talking German? I don't understand it. Andrea, good afternoon. Andrea's representing Gulf Manor. We got Tria in the house. Tria, good afternoon. Tria, of course, representing Columbia Township. And I like that she calls me king because, I am the king of talk. Good afternoon, Tria. Good afternoon. Got Carolyn in the house. Carolyn, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Alethea in the house. Alethea just laughing about something. Are you laughing at me? You laughing at me? No, I don't know what she's laughing about. Oh, let's see. Bonita Games, representing Roselawn. Good afternoon, Bonita. Good afternoon. Got Valerie in the house. Good afternoon, Valerie. She's representing Westwood. I'm going back to Bonita. I believe it is. Hold on, let me see. It is. They should be on the front. May 18th. May 18th. Noon to 4. Right there at Roselawn Condon School. I'll be out there. You got Roselawn's Colors of Creativity Arts. I don't exactly know what they call it. But they having a little community fair thing in Roselawn, May 18th at Roselawn Condon School. So I'll be out there helping Nanny Ruth out. And if you feel inclined, you could come and check us out. And I would love for you to stop by and say hi to me, especially if I've never met you. Introduce yourself. If you come by and then, say hi to me. Say, hello, I'm so-and-so. I be commenting on your show sometimes. Or even, I'm so-and-so. I'll never comment, but I'll be checking your show out. Or I remember you from this, or I remember you from that. Don't just come up to me like, hi. I'm going to be like, hi, and I'm going to be looking confused like, nigga, you got more than hi. You know what I'm saying? I don't know you. You don't know me. Say something. So, yeah. But that's May 18th. May 18th. Valerie. Grande, powerful, royal people. Valerie's representing Westwood. And yes, I still see South Purple. And when I say purple, I mean, I saw the word purple when I read that. I see the word purple. I guess there's some P's in there, some R's, some additional P's. Maybe I am slightly dyslexic. Maybe I am. But good afternoon, Valerie, sir. Regina in the house. Regina representing Kenwood. Good afternoon, Regina. Lewis in the house. Lewis representing Sharonville. Good afternoon, Lewis. Lewis Talbert, not CK. It's a different Lewis. Good afternoon. Brenda. Brenda representing Fairfield. Good afternoon, Brenda. Got John. John representing Westchester. Good afternoon, John. Good afternoon. We got Daryl representing Forest Park. Good afternoon, Daryl. Good afternoon. Alethea, want to check back in and let it be known, she representing Kenwood. Has anyone ever said it like that? I don't, it didn't feel right. It's Kenwood. It's Kenwood. Got to cut everything off. Be proper and shit. Alethea, good afternoon. Got Crystal. Crystal in the house. Crystal Smith. Crystal, is it really Smith? S-M-I-F-F, or is it Crystal Smith? S-M-I-T-H, and just people be putting F's on there, so you just spelled it that way for the internet. I'm just curious, because Smith don't sound like a real name. Smith sound like what a lot of black people say when they trying to say Smith. So just let me know. I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Oh, get out your business. All right, all right, all right. I was just checking. Steban, good afternoon. Steban is representing Westwood. Let me see. David said, don't take in too much of nonsensical. It's harmful. I don't know what that was referring to, but all right, I will keep that in mind. Jeannie, good afternoon and happy Monday to you. Blade in the house. You live, homie. All right. Maybe he was saying you live. You never know with Blade. He might actually be just excited because I live. But good afternoon. Good afternoon, Blade. Got Shirley. Shirley, good afternoon. Good afternoon. She is my actual family. So good afternoon, Shirley. And Shirley is representing Westchester. All right. Is it Nakia or is it Nakia? I feel like it's Nakia. I think I've been saying Nakia. But it's spelled Nakia. But hello. Whichever it is. Hello. Let me see. I might have got everybody in. Twin. He say, what up, little man, gorgeous? Why do you hate on my former wrestling persona? I lose track. Somewhere between 6 and 10 time HVWA World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. Don't hate. Gorgeous Rick Rhodes. Don't hate. Jack in the house. Jack says, Big Jack, chilling in Kenwood, BW3. All right, put me up on the big screen. Go over to the people at BW3. Tell them I'm watching this little podcast thing, and I want to put it up on the big screen. Give them the little address, all that kind of stuff. Log in if you need to. Put me up on the big screen. LaDonna in the house. LaDonna representing East Price Hill. Good afternoon. We got Diane in the house. Diane representing Covington. Let's see. James in the house. James representing South Cumminsville. All right. Ibadathia. What's up? How you doing? Myosha, just being her regular hateful selves. As I've told you before, I will never call you king. You know we have ways of dealing with people like you, don't you? Just know that. Oh, let's see. We got Dwayne. Dwayne representing Mount Airy. Good afternoon, Dwayne. Blue Mooney. Says Reese Mooney in the house. Family, joy and peace. Love to you, the man, Mr. E. All right. I appreciate it. Oh, let's see. Bonita says that's her off day. All right. So you'll be there on May 18th. All right. Can't beat that. Diane says, I saw that about Roseline. I probably stopped by. We have a rental property near there. All right. I'm inviting the TikTok players to see me. Hey, I'll always be, do what I do. Let me see. You want a remote? No, I don't know. I don't think so. I might think about it, but I'm just going to kind of be sitting there. So I guess I could, if I'm going to just be sitting there, I could talk to the people. We'll see what happens. Twin says I'm extra. I don't think I am. Got LaDonna in the house. Did I say hi to LaDonna earlier? I don't remember seeing LaDonna's name. Pamela, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Representing North Avondale. Oh, let's see. Lamont. Grant. Grande. Powerful royal people from Westwood. I thought I already read that. I thought I already read that. Uh, yeah, like Smith and Wesson. That's how we say it. Smith. What the hell is Nokia? That's how it's spelled. Nokia. But she says it's Nakia. So I go with Nakia. That's what she said. You know me, I like to pronounce people's names right. When I know how to pronounce it, I pronounce it right. Ain't that right, Jerika? She'll tell you. We got Carolyn Smith in the house. Diane says, you haven't said hi to me. I thought I said hi to you, Diane. Hello. Thank you for joining the show. I appreciate you. And I know I sound like I'm being, whatever. But I'm really being genuine. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining. Jack said he kicked him out. Oh, that's funny. See, funny is funny. Funny is funny. They kicked him out for trying to put me on the big screen. You lie. Jack is a liar. Oh, let's see. Let's see. I think I done hit just about everybody. I think I've gotten to about everybody. Ben Thomas in the house. Ben Thomas in the house. Representing Pleasant Ridge. Good afternoon, Ben. Beth is in the house. I am shocked. Beth, hello. Is this your first time joining us? I feel like it is. Or at least your first time, making it known. Beth said, I've never said I don't like you. Many of these adults adore keeping us going. Well, no, remember on the air, we had the little, kerfluffle. I don't even want to bring it back up. But, hey, if we cool, we cool. I never not liked you. So, thank you for checking out the show. I appreciate you. And good afternoon. Jason in the house, checking in from outside. Jason is representing outside. I don't know that you can represent outside, but we'll see. We'll see. Says that is proper pronunciation, which I never was able to receive from the hood. So it is Nokia. Okay. All right. I appreciate it. You're just an English snob. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not that. My OSHA says, you still don't pronounce my name right after knowing me for over 2 decades. It's not my OSHA. Then what is it? What is it? If I've been saying it this way for 2 decades and you've never corrected me, you've now ingrained it in my brain that that's how to pronounce it. So if it's not my OSHA, what is it? LaDonna says, she the same Beth. I remember that. Yeah, I thought we was beefing, but I'm glad to hear that we're not. I'm very glad to hear that we're not. Believe it or not, I always liked Beth. I met Beth. Beth, I hope you don't mind me telling this little story. Real brief. I was doing a remote down at the Freedom Center once for the buzz. I did once. I was doing a remote down there, and she came and, I met her, gave her a hug, because she seemed like a really friendly lady, and gave her a hug, and she would call in and, kind of poke with me a little bit every now and then, because people used to call me and ask me what time it was. People used to call me and ask me what time it was. They really did. Instead of just calling 721-1700. And then we had that little thing, and I thought, Yeah, I thought we was beefing, but we are not beefing. So stop trying to start stuff, Jerika. Let's see. Scroll. Myosha says, less emphasis on the O. Now, do you see why I go by my nickname? No, that's ridiculous. It's Myosha. How do you want me to say it? Myosha. Myosha. It's Myosha. Myosha. Gymnastics with the thoke. Ain't nobody trying to do all that. Let's see. We got Two Broke Production. Don't forget about me and Puerto Rico. All right. I don't know what that means, but thanks for checking out the show. What you got to do? Are you in Puerto Rico? I try to say it right, but my lips dry. Let's see. Lonzo in the house. Why y'all always trying to start stuff? Crystal says, yes, you are. Talking about I'm an English snob. Always correcting someone's grammar, and it's kerfuffle, not kerfluffle. I never knew that. See? And I see how I'm not offended. I am in no way, shape, or form offended. And don't tell me how to say my word. You corrected me on something that I genuinely didn't know. Now, I do have to look it up because you might just be talking that shit. But you corrected me, and I'm going to look it up. And if it is actually kerfuffle, then I'll change the way I say it. See, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. Tristan, I need to keep a list of people that I'm beefing with. I'm not beefing. Hold on. I was about to say I'm not beefing with anybody. I think I'm beefing with two people. One's a lady, and one's a bitch. But it's a dude. So, but I think that's it. Other than that, everybody else is just beefing with me. I'm not beefing with them. It's a difference. And the beef with the lady might be over on Wednesday. So, yeah. I think technically I'm only beefing with one person. And all it would take is a simple apology for me to not be beefing with that one person. But as it stands right now, I think I'm really only beefing with one. I'm saying two, because one is kind of a play beef. It ain't real. Like, you ain't beefing with somebody if they call you on the phone like, hey, how's our beef going? You know what I'm saying? That's not a real beef. So, yeah, I'm really only beefing with one person. And no, it's not Zoe. I'm not beefing with Zoe. I think he's beefing with me. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all, a lot of the stuff y'all been hearing, them people are beefing with me. I'm not beefing with them. I'm only beefing with one person. And all that one person has to do is apologize. They know what they did. They know they was wrong. LaDonna's glad everything is good. So am I. Scott representing West Walnut Hills. That is not the World Wrestling House. It's West Walnut Hills. Nakia says, Beth is a good person. I always thought Beth was a good person. I always liked Beth. So I'm glad that she's not beefing with me. I thought she was. Sea Breeze, representing Boston. Good afternoon. Let me see. Are they affiliated with janky promoters? I don't even know what that means. But Not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge. Oh, Tessie. Tessie in the house. Good afternoon, Tessie. Hey, how you doing? Uh, I don't know. You're not gonna get me talking about no Drake and whoever else it is that I guess he's technically beefing with. I don't know nothing about it. I'll be honest with you. I don't really listen to hip hop, so I ain't heard none of the beef. I don't care nothing about either of these guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't know them if I was in an elevator with them. If I was in an elevator with both of these guys, I wouldn't know. Somebody would have to tell me, you was just in the elevator with Drake and the other guy. And I would be like, really? Okay. Because I don't know them. That's not necessarily shade towards them. I just don't. I don't follow their music. Maria, good afternoon. Maria is representing North College Hill. Crystal says, I'm a Virgo. I don't speak on what I don't know. Print that. All right. Two Broke Productions says, we're in Puerto Rico, listening to this wonderful show. You and Wyatt are rock stars over here. All right. All right. I have to let Mrs. Livingston know to act right. Because if she don't act right, I'm a rock star over in Puerto Rico. I can go get some Puerto Rican bitches. You know what I'm saying? Act right. Act right. Yes, act. AKK. Act right. She know what it means. Let me see. Brent said you're beefing with more than two people. No, those are people who are beefing with me. If you have so many beefs, you lose track. That's a problem. No, I had to think on, like one of them was kind of top of mind, and the other one, it's not all that important. But so that's why I'm like, I try to think, like, who do I actually have problems with? Who do I actually have problems with? And really nobody. Daryl says Zoe Wesson seems like a woman to me. Zoe is all right. I don't know what Zoe on, but Zoe is all right. Again, I ain't got no beef with the brother. Zoe is all right. He on some bullshit right now, but I don't have no beef with him. And like I said, if he don't want it, I don't want it. Even if he want it, I don't want it. Like, I would, I'm one of them people where you got to kind of reluctantly pour me into something. And I give you chance after chance after chance of just letting me walk away. So, yeah. Lincoln Ware said he got your bitch. It's not Lincoln Ware. I'm not beefing with Lincoln Ware. I keep telling y'all, I like Lincoln Ware. Please don't confuse the truth with dislike. All right? Like earlier today, I said it was really good that he didn't get selected for jury duty. That don't mean I don't like him. That don't mean I don't like him. I'm just being honest. Come on, y'all listen to him. Y'all know his ability to comprehend complex things ain't that great. And his ability to reason logically is not that great. He hears something, and the first thing he hears to sound good to him, he with it. So if the opening statement for the prosecution is really good, the person is already guilty. Somebody like that don't need to be on no jury. So that's all I was saying. And that's it. That don't mean I don't like the guy just because I don't think that you possess what it takes to be an impartial juror who can look at facts and kind of discern what's right and what's wrong, and you completely understand the concept of reasonable doubt. I don't think he can. That's not me disliking the guy. I don't dislike Lincoln. I just tell the truth. That's it. That's it. Factual truth. Stuff that I could actually prove in court. But I actually like the guy, and I hope that he gets into the Radio Hall of Fame. He has earned it. He has put in a lot of work, and he has earned it. He's earned it. What's happening on Wednesday? Are you having a beer summit? I don't know what's happening on Wednesday. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. To an impossible no. Do beefs have expiration dates like the Sunday Soul Buffet? No. Only beefs, my beefs, they have conditions. They're conditional beefs, right? I got a problem with you because you did something that you probably knew you shouldn't have did. I'm sorry, Janice. That you know you should not have done. And until you rectify that situation, if it's not rectifiable, I feel like that's a word. If it's not rectifiable, then, acknowledge what you did and apologize for it. And then the beef is over. If it's rectifiable, rectify it. And that's that. The beef is over. But if you never acknowledge it, rectify it, or whatever, make it good, make me whole, then the beef lasts forever until I die. And then, if possible, I'm going to come back and haunt your ass if I'm dead. And then if we both dead, the beef goes to heaven or hell. Yeah, we'll be in heaven. And your spirit will be like, hey, Emanuel. And my spirits sing when they talk. Hey, Emanuel. And my spirit will be like, get the fuck out of my face, biatch. Then I imagine Jesus would be like, what about forgiveness? And I'll be like, I'll forgive this motherfucker when he apologized. And then in my mind, Jesus would be like, what did you do? Like, yeah, I did some bad stuff. And Jesus would be like, apologize. He'd be like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. And then I'll be like, okay, it's cool. And then the beef would be squashed. But if Jesus don't ever step in, we beefing in heaven. Don't be talking to me. And Rock says Marquetta. No. Marquetta had, I don't know if she apologized, but she acknowledged that I did not do that. I don't know exactly how to say it. I don't want to say she apologized, but she was like, I didn't mean to offend you by saying that. That was my take on it. And, I guess that's an apology. And if I offended you, then I'm sorry. And I'm like, okay, cool. But we're not beefing no more. We're not beefing no more. So yeah, that's it. Just acknowledge and say, either I was wrong or whatever. Acknowledge and say I was wrong, and that's it. It ends right there. That was all it took. That was it. And I don't even really know if that was beef. I don't even really know if that was beef. I was just disappointed with regard to that. Let's see. Does it rhyme with Kate? Who would rhyme with Kate? But the answer is no. Nakia says, if I'm wrong, I will apologize. But I hate apologizing. You know what? I don't mind apologizing. If I'm wrong, I don't mind apologizing. I don't mind saying, for me, I'm going to explain it so that you understand where I was coming from. So we can completely squash the whole thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought so-and-so did whatever because this is what I saw that led me to believe that, or this is what I was told, or whatever. And I came to find out I was mistaken. That wasn't true. The way it was presented to me was wrong. Or, I should have questioned it more. And I, got to the point of whatever. And I'm going to say, I apologize. It was my intention to offend you, but I was wrong for attempting to offend you because you did nothing wrong to me. How can I make it up to you? I'm telling you for real. That's how I apologize. Because I want you to understand how I got here. I want you to understand that I'm wrong. And I acknowledge that I'm wrong. I might tell you why, but I'm not blaming them. I'm taking the blame. I should have looked further into it and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going, if I hurt you, that was not my intention. No, it was my intention probably, but I should not have done that. I was wrong. And how can I make it up to you? And most times people say, I just wanted you to apologize. And I'm like, I apologize sincerely. And people typically either let it go, friendships and stuff like that don't ever necessarily go back to exactly how they were. But now, if I'm wrong, I apologize. And I do not have anything against apologizing when I'm wrong. My apologies are sincere from the heart. Yeah, I believe in that. I believe in that. Because I don't ever want to do anybody wrong. And that sound crazy. In my life, I don't ever want to. Let me put a little caveat on that. I don't ever want to unjustifiably do anybody wrong. Ever. So that's the way I operate. Chelsea says she want monetary reparations. I don't know about that. Nat also didn't know there was a West Walnut Hills. I didn't either. Black Lion in the house. Good afternoon, Black Lion. Good afternoon. Twin says, Emanuel Livingston, extra little man, gorgeous beefer. I've been told that by some ladies. I don't know which ladies you've been talking to. I'm assuming you talked to some of the ladies and they told you that about me. And, hey, word of mouth. You can't beat that. Let me see. Yeah, no hip-hop beef. No hip-hop beef. Diane says, now I'm 55 and I know who they are. That's probably because you pay attention to that stuff. You pay attention to that. I don't pay attention to hip-hop at all. Like it's nowhere on my radar. Nowhere. Pamela says you and your brother be having tag team beef with people like tag team wrestling. No, we don't. I don't. Again, just tell the truth. I tell the truth. Trufe. That's better than truth. Let me see. We got Logic Slayer representing Golf Manor. Yeah, I do have a couple things that I want to discuss. I'm gonna get to them in just a second. Let me see. That's my ex-wife gassing me up. No, she would never do that. She would never do that. Brent says it's time for King and I, Puerto Rico edition. I'm down with it. I keep saying I'm gonna call Wyatt. I am gonna call Wyatt and see if we can do something. Mayosha says, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't leaving Mrs. Livingston. Well, I didn't say if I left her, she would have to leave me. I know I'm not leaving. I'm an honorable guy. I made a vow. I meant that. I meant that with every fiber of my being. The only way that I would leave is if she violated that vow. It's the only way that I would leave. Let me walk up in here and somebody you know, head and shaft deep in there, that's it. It's over. I'm out. But that's the only, almost, I think that's about the only way she would have to violate our vows. Other than that, anything else, we got to work through. I'll be taking my stuff serious. I say a vow, I mean it. So, yeah. Let me see. How you got so many enemies? I don't have enemies. I keep telling y'all. Shahara in the house. Shahara says, good afternoon. Back at it on Monday. Present, checking in. She's representing Bond Hill. She just got back from a funeral. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. My condolences to you and whoever that person is who passed away, their loved one. Preston says, I would not want Lincoln on my jury. No, I would not. Emanuel, are they still paying you to say I really like Lincoln Ware? No one ever paid me to say that. I like the dude. He's a nice, personable guy. My favorite, Janice in the house. Good afternoon. Still continuing to represent herself. You know she put an extra O in there. You know that bothered me. You do that on purpose, don't you? LaDonna say, what was that? Sometimes you got to kiss your way to the top. Some people do it. Oh, let's see. Okay, I said that the beef with the woman might be over on Wednesday. So you asked if we were having a beer summit. No, on that beef, again, she was in the band and she left the band. So then it's just me doing all of the singing. So we need another female singer. So until we get another female singer, I'm beefing with her. And we had a couple female singers come and try out. And it made me beef even harder with her because they were horrible. Like it was one young lady I hope she's not watching. Well, she wouldn't know who I'm talking about. She probably would. But I've never heard a person who actually thinks that they can sing as bad as this woman sang. I've heard, you're like, oh, she's decent. Like, oh, she's not very good. But typically people who like just flat out just can't sing, they know. Like you be like, sing, and they be like, I can't sing. Oh, you don't want me to sing. I run everybody out of it. You know what I'm saying? Typically people who can't sing know that they can't sing. But I've never met someone who actually thinks that they can sing so badly. I was like, for real, a part of me was like, hold on, are y'all punking me? Like, for real? This is a joke, ain't it? Y'all playing? She not really in here. Like, this ain't for real, is it? And then at one point, she stormed out. I didn't say any of that to her. I was just thinking that. And at one point, she stormed out. And she left. And I was thinking, maybe she, saw the look in my eyes when she would start singing. But then she came back. If I say this part, she not watching. She came back with a flute. And I was like, what in the world? Why is she playing? We're doing I Wish by Stevie Wonder. I'm getting it. And she came in and started playing the flute. I'm like, there is no room for a flute. Why? What is happening? If she was as serious as she could be, I promise y'all. So yes, until we get another female singer, me and Peachy are beefing. But my understanding is there's another young lady coming on Wednesday, and they tell me she can actually sing. Chelsea says, wait, this was a performance. We were rehearsing. We were at rehearsal, so everybody was there. We were at rehearsal, and she came in. She came in, and they were, this is, I don't even remember her name. No disrespect, but y'all know I'm horrible with names. And this is so and so. And then when she started singing, what? And I was like, and nobody would say anything. And I'm looking at the keyboard player, and he looking at me, putting his head down. He just playing. He looking at me, and every time he look at me, he put his head down. And we had a sound guy over there, and he looking at me, and he doing this. I'm like, what is happening? But everybody else is acting like she killing it. Everybody else is acting like she is killing it. And I'm like, maybe I should give it a little bit more of a chance, because maybe I'm hearing things different. And so I moved and changed my perspective so I could hear her better. And the better that I heard her, the worse that she sounded. And then she tried to get me to do these dance moves. Hold on. This is a slight break from her. I don't know if I told y'all this story before. Few years ago, I went and saw a friend perform with a band. And this particular band, they were okay. And they sang, we went to this bar. And, it was a heavily Caucasian bar. This is 100% true. Y'all gonna think I'm making some of this up, but I'm not. 100% true. And I got witnesses. And I think I might have a video, but I'm not 100% sure. So we go to this bar, and they're performing, and they're doing okay. And again, it's a very heavily Caucasian. We were the only black people there. And so, if you don't know, white people get it in. Like, when white people party, white people party. White people party. They don't care. They party. I've seen, and again, this is 100% true. I could bring witnesses to testify that this is the truth. I've seen broken glass on the dance floor. White people didn't care. Out there dancing barefoot on broken glass. And I'm like, is this a carnival act? What is happening? Now, they had a few, so they was feeling real good. As they say, they were feeling no pain. And we laughed like they gonna go home and go to bed and wake up with red sheets at the bottom. Because they walking on broken glass. How do you not feel that? Anyway, so, white people party, they party. So they was getting it in. I'm like, okay, cool. They did the song, Proud Mary. Y'all know Tina Turner. And they started it slow. And then once they picked it up, they did what they did. They get to the part where she's singing Rolling, Rolling, Rolling on the River. And this ain't the ones with the broken glass. That was a whole different thing. They're singing the Rolling on the River part. And these people lined up. Y'all, I'm not making any of this up. These people lined up like they was about to do a Soul Train line. Got on the ground and started rolling back and forth. Rolling. And every time they would get to the rolling on the river, they would get on the ground and roll around back and forth. Roll. And I was looking at Mrs. Livingston like, what the fuck is happening? What is happening? And she was like, I don't know. And we watching, and at the end of the song, they do the Rolling on the River a whole lot. And these people just on the ground rolling around. All that to say, it caught me completely off guard because I had never seen no shit like that. I had never seen no shit like that. And me and Mrs. Livingston, for real, we was looking at each other both like, hold on, can you believe this? And she like, Wait, are they actually rolling? And I'm like, they are rolling. Somebody who's seen white people do this, I can't be, because when I went back to work, I asked Chad, who's, was our resident white guy. I asked Chad, like, had he ever seen it? And Chad's like, no, I've never seen that. And I'm thinking, nigga, you done seen that. You white. But he say he never seen it. He said he never seen it. Anybody ever seen this? I'm asking for real. If you've ever seen it, say I seen it or put your hand up or something. Has anyone ever seen our Caucasian brothers and sisters roll on the ground doing rolling on the river? A Proud Mary, I'm sorry. Has anyone seen this except for me, Mrs. Livingston, and the people who was at who was at that bar? Because this can't be, Twin say he's seen it. Because this can't be the only place that this happened. Because Seabreeze says she saw it. Because they was coordinated. You know what I'm saying? They was coordinated. It wasn't, one person got on the ground and started rolling and everybody else thought, that's a good idea. I want to roll too. It was coordinated. All right. Back to the story about the singer. She started singing Proud Mary. Badly. Really, really badly. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. And we get to the Rolling on the River. And she taps me on the shoulder. And she says, we got to do the dance. I said, I was not aware that there was a dance. She says, yeah, we got to do the dance. I say, what dance? Because what popped in my head was, and I'm not getting on the ground rolling. I'm not doing it. Plus, you sound horrible. So she's standing up. She starts, while she's singing, standing up, spinning around like she's rolling. All I could say was, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. It's not happening. And so we finished the song, and she came up to me as they were determining what song they wanted to hear her butcher, but of course, what song they wanted to hear her sing. As they were figuring that out, she was trying to convince me. Like, oh, you gotta do the dance. You're not really doing the performance if you don't do the dance. Tina Turner does the dance. And I'm thinking, I've never been a huge Tina Turner fan. Never been a huge Tina Turner fan. So I'm thinking, I got to go watch some Tina Turner videos and see is she rolling around. Standing up, spinning around like she's a log rolling on the river. I didn't look it up, but yeah. All of that to say, that's why me and Peachy beefing. If we get a good singer in there, the beef is over. The beef is over. If we don't get a good singer, the beef continues. The beef continues. Crystal says, I've seen Tina Turner do that. Now that I think of it, I've never seen it. But I'm, again, not a huge Tina Turner fan. And I know some of y'all don't believe me that they roll around on the ground. And I've seen other groups of people, in mixed company, and they didn't do it. But like I said, we were the only two. I don't know if it's a dance they want to keep to themselves. We can't have black people taking everything from us. Survey is black people in the room. They don't look like they dance. We can do it, I don't know if that was it or what, but y'all ain't got to believe me. I'm telling y'all. It happens. I saw it. Drop the name of that bar. I want to go see it. Oh, what bar? It was somewhere on the west side. But I can't remember. This was years ago. I remember it was on the west side. I want to say it was the Pirates Den. If that's a place on the west side, that's where it is. I want to say it was the Pirates Den on the west side. But just say what y'all want to say. White people get it in. White people get it in. Um, Let me see. Scroll. I'm so far behind on comments. I thought I saw my good friend and former employee, apparently perfect employee. I thought I saw my friend and former perfect employee on here say something, but I guess not. I thought I saw Raven Monday comment on here, but I don't see it now. But if you did, then we got a celebrity in the house and can't be. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. No fireworks. I put them down fast. Um. All right. I want to look at a couple things. I don't really have like no big topic, so nothing that's gonna get you all fired up and like really want to have some super deep discussions. Just a couple things that I want to discuss real quick. And hold on, let me take that off the screen. There she is, Raven Monday in the house. Claims she was a perfect employee. I never really had no problems with Raven Monday. I think me and Raven Monday might have had a couple of minor disagreements. But in terms of working, only thing that I can think of that Raven Monday didn't do that she was instructed to do, I think she did try it once, was get some damn headphones. Put on them headphones when you're on the other side of that glass talking, because you can't hear me talk to you. Other than that, I think she was a pretty good employee. She was a pretty good employee. And she honored my kingship. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. I think she called me Your Highness every so often. Pleasant work environment. So she was a pretty good employee. Well, let's see if we can get that there. Now, y'all all heard the story. I heard the story. Hold on, see Breezy is asking a question, which kind of sounds like a somewhat legitimate question. She says, why weren't the headphones provided if they're required? Well, just because it's one of them things that you bring. It's one of them things that you bring. Like, you know how a lot of times you go to a job and you're supposed to wear a uniform, but they don't provide the uniform, you got to buy it. Think of it like that, maybe. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. So, yeah, they're not going to provide you headphones. You're supposed to provide those yourself. Jason says, what job is that? Well, I know a lot of people who work in a lot of different industries, and especially like them scrubs and stuff like that, depending on who you are and where you are, sometimes you got to buy your own. You got to buy your own. Jason says, where you buy your own uniform? A lot of places. A lot of places you have to provide your own uniform. A lot of places. Jeannie says, the church choir, you have to purchase your robe. Iona says, Metro. So I guess Metro, they make you buy your own uniform. Yeah, a lot of places will do that, is my understanding. So that's it. Mary says, is it in the job description? I don't know that it's in the job description. It's just kind of understood. It's just kind of understood. A lot of stuff is just kind of tradition. You might like a different headphones, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that go along with it. It's not so unusual. And she says she has her headphones now, by the way. All right, you can't beat that. She did lie just a little earlier. Y'all know I don't like it when people lie. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. About never have I called you Your Highness. You don't have to lie. You don't have to lie. People will respect you more if you just tell the truth. Oh, you ain't gotta lie about it. You don't have to lie about it. Um, hold on. Uh, People are saying ridiculous stuff. Crystal Smith. So as a mentor, you should have provided some for her, in my humble opinion. Yeah, that's not the way that works either. That's not the way that works. But everybody got a right to their humble opinion. Anthony says, just like needing steel toe boots, some companies supply them and some don't. Yeah, yeah. Daryl says, here at my job, you have to purchase your own polo shirt with our company logo. I never buy them. I feel the company should provide them for free. All right. Sea Breeze says she's taller than you. Calling highness would be a lie. I am high and lifted up in a royal kind of way, not a height way. Don't be heightist. Don't be a heightist. All right, now y'all all heard this story about the guy, the preacher, pastor at the church preaching, and the guy comes up with the gun, wants to shoot him, but he doesn't. I guess he pulls the trigger and the gun jams. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. If you're not familiar with that story, hold on here. Let me see if I can get the story for you.
Glenn Germany says his church was praising worship longer than normal, having a great time. But that's when the unthinkable unfolded.
When he got halfway through and he came to this point here, all of a sudden I just seen a gun pointing right at me. And at that point, all I could do was try to run for cover.
26-year-old Bernard Jr. Polite taking aim at Pastor Glenn, but that gun jamming and no shots were fired.
That was just God. Because the possibility, one thing about a bullet gonna find some meat. And I don't care if you're aiming at a target or not aiming at a target, a bullet gonna find some meat.
That's when Clarence McAllister leaped up from his seat over a banister and tackled Polite. He tells Pittsburgh's Action News 4 his story.
I was running the camera, so all I could see was somebody walked up on the pulpit, and after they got up on the pulpit, they raised the gun up. Once they raised the gun up, I jumped up, from behind, got him from behind, struggled him down to the ground.
McAllister says he didn't even think twice to run and tackle Polite, saying Pastor Glenn would have made the same decision. McAllister was even able to wrestle the gun away from the suspect while Pastor Glenn and other churchgoers held him down until police arrived. Pastor Glenn was able to briefly speak to Polite and simply ask him why.
He don't know why he did it, but then while he was in a police car, I had a chance to go out and speak to him again as well. And I asked him, just as calm as me and you're talking now, I said, what made you do it? I mean, what were you thinking? He said, I don't know.
Both Pastor Glenn and McAllister forgiving him, just grateful, they say, for the outcome that was.
I forgive him for what he did. I just mainly thank God that, that nobody got hurt.
All right. He thanked God nobody got hurt. I thank God nobody got hurt too. But hold on. I want to go to something. Hold on. Let me see if I can play.
That's when the unthinkable unfolded.
Hold on.
When he got halfway.
That was just God. Because the possibility, a target or not aiming at a target, a bullet gonna find some meat.
That tackled Polite. He tells Pittsburgh's Action News 4 his story.
I was running the camera,
that right
so
there.
all I could see was
Clarence McAllister leaped up from his...
All right. This part right here. In this part of the story, he's telling the news reporter that that's the same thing the pastor would have done for him. But pay attention to the way the pastor is coming over. He's still... I'm sorry, but that don't look like that pastor would have done the same for you. You had dude subdued, and he was still scared to come over and help. That don't sound like the type of guy who gonna run and jump and tackle nobody. Just watch the pastor. Once he's subduing, watch the pastor.
his seat over a banister and tackled
Watch how
Polite.
the pastor
He
come
tells
over.
Pittsburgh's Action News
He's scared.
4 his
He's scared.
story.
He's scared.
I was
He's
running
scared.
the camera.
Get over
so
there,
all
man.
I could see was
That dude can still
somebody
shoot somebody.
walked up on.
Yeah, he would do the same for me. I'm not sure that he would. I'm not certain that he would, based on the way that he came over there. I get he was scared, but I bet this dude was scared too. You done jumped over the little whatever that is. You done tackled the dude. You done, held him down, pointed the gun downwards. And he over, I don't know, he was covering his chest, I'm guessing. It kind of looked like he was fixing his tie, but I don't think he was fixing his tie. I think he was still covering his chest because he thought something bad was going to happen. I'm like, this pastor and whoever this dude is in the back, hold on, let me see. What did the dude do in the back when the dude came up with the gun? All right, so he's standing there. What did the dude in the back do?
Than normal, having a great
Sitting at the
time.
piano.
But that's when the unthinkable unfolded.
When he got halfway through and he came to this point here, all of a sudden I just seen a gun pointing right at me. And
Dude in
at
the
that
back.
point, all I
Ain't
could do was
doing
try to run
nothing.
for cover.
26-year-old Bernard Jr. Polite
just sat
taking
there.
aim at Pastor Glenn, but that gun jamming.
Dude in the back just sat there like, he about to shoot pastor. What? He didn't even duck. You know what I'm saying? I would have did, probably my natural inclination would have just been to duck. But he was just sitting there chilling like, oh, look at this dude. He walk up here. Oh, he got a gun. Oh, he about to shoot pastor. Oh, he tackled him. Maybe I should get up and help. Like, what? The pastor would have done the same for me. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Anthony say he could have been in shock. He could have been in shock. That's true. He could have been in shock. But who are you? Who are you? It's 2024. You don't have time to be frozen with fear in 2024. These are survival instincts got to kick in, and they got to kick in fast. Survival instincts got to kick in, and they got to kick in fast.
Normal, having a great time. But that's when the unthinkable unfolded.
When he got halfway through and he came to this point here, all of a sudden I just seen a gun pointing right at me. And at that point, all I could do was try to run for cover.
26-year-old Bernard Jr. Polite taking aim at Pastor Glenn, but that gun jamming, and no shots were fired.
He never did jump in.
'Cause
The dude in the back never
one thing
did
about
jump in.
a bullet gonna find some meat. And I don't care if you're aiming at a target or not aiming at a target, a bullet gonna find some meat.
That's when Clarence McAllister leaped up from his seat over a
the dude in the
banister and
back?
tackled Polite. He tells Pittsburgh's Action News 4 his story.
I was running the camera, so all I could see was
All right. Enough of that. All right, enough of breaking that down. I will say this. I don't know that it was a miracle. Guns jam kind of regularly. First time that I went shooting, you know what happened? The gun jammed. It made me nervous because, again, it was my first time shooting a handgun. So I'm click. I don't think it actually clicked, but for effect, click. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I can kind of see where the bullet was jammed. I didn't know how to get that bullet free. I wasn't about to mess with it, and I took it to one of the guys at the shop. And, he did his little thing. Boom, he finally got the bullet out. And he's like, okay, it should be all right. And then I was nervous. And then I went back out there, you know, bang, bang, bang. But was that a miracle that the gun jammed on me? Was it a miracle? It's not a miracle. Sometimes guns jam. Sometimes they jam. I'm all for giving God credit. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for, thank God the gun jammed. But the gun jamming is not a miracle. It was a miracle. What happened? The gun jam. Don't that happen regularly? Yeah. How is it a miracle? Ain't miraculous stuff that can't necessarily just happen by chance. Again, I'm all for giving God credit. Thank God that the gun jammed. Because, you know, I don't want that gun to hit no meat. I don't want that gun to find some meat. But the gun go find some meat. Who says that? Hold on, where was this story? Where was this story? This story is in Pennsylvania. Somewhere in Pennsylvania. That's what they say in Pennsylvania. A bullet gonna find some meat. That's what they say. But look, I'm fine. I'm happy that the guy didn't shoot the pastor. I want them to work on their alertness, their security in the church. I want them to work on how alert they are and their security in the church. I will say some church security is not as tight as it should be. You see people walking around and doing stuff, and you if you work in security, you got to be aware. But I'm glad nothing happened. I don't know that I chalk this one up to a miracle. It's good that it happened. The way that it happened, I guess. A miracle. The bullet gonna find some meat. What? Who says that? Oh. All right. That was it. That was it for that. Told y'all nothing real deep, nothing real, none of that kind of stuff. I think you saved the term miracle for when something miraculous happens. Like, okay, here, this would have been a miracle. The guy pulls out the gun. The guy fires the gun. The gun actually fires. A bullet actually, projects from the gun. Bullet comes to the chest. Bullet hits what would be the chest, but miraculously goes through with no evidence of a bullet ever being fired. Got the line ringing. Brent.
And you got to put that on a T-shirt. A bullet is going to find some meat.
My man said a bullet going to find some meat.
Oh, my goodness. I can see you walking around Cincinnati and folks look at you like, huh? What?
Oh.
Oh, my goodness. But, just wanted to clarify a couple of things back from earlier in the show. But, concerning the lady and Stevie Wonder, the singer who auditioned.
Yes.
Now, I don't know about you, but whenever I think of Stevie Wonder, I think about the flute. I don't think about the harmonica or the piano or even the drums. I think about the flute.
And look, Brent, if you could have seen the way that lady ran, she didn't run, but she hurriedly walked out of the rear. Like we all thought, like she just quit.
Mm-hmm.
She had that much, what's the word I'm looking for? Immediacy. I don't think that's a word, but that much, about her. We was like, she just quit on us just like that. She came back with that flute. There's no
Man,
place for
it
the
makes me
flute,
think.
and I wish.
It makes me think of the Kenan Thompson skit on SNL with his "What's Up with That," where he had the one dude coming there and he was playing two flutes.
Yes, thank you, Jerica. Urgency. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. But yeah, I don't. Yes. Yeah,
My
that's
goodness.
what I
See,
was
that's why
thinking.
that's
What's up
why
with
you
that?
should record your practice sessions so you can upload it to the Friends of Cincinnati. But yeah, but also dealing with relationships. Let's go back to that one. Now
Hold
you
on a second.
said,
Hey, are you over there?
yeah.
Can you come over here for a second? You don't have to get on camera. Okay. But I do need your voice.
All right.
I just told them the story about the bar with Proud Mary. Mm-hmm. Y'all heard I ain't said nothing. What did the people do?
They were rolling on the river. If people don't know what rolling on a river means, I've only seen white people do it, but they start doing the Tina Turner dance when they throw the hands up, down, like a cheerleader, but then they lay down on the ground, stretch out, full out on their belly like they're going to do a tantrum, and then when they say rolling, roll, they start rolling like logs.
Come
roll
on.
to the right, then they roll to the left, roll to the right, roll to the left. They'll hop up, do the up, down, do the rolling back and forth again. Each time it does that in the song.
Rolling on the river.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was it. I didn't make that up. I didn't coach her. None of that kind of stuff. I'm not making it up. They actually rolled on the ground. All right, go ahead, Brent.
Oh man, see, now I got to check the TikTok, and if I find a video out there, I will definitely post it because that just seems crazy. Now was that Mrs. Livingston?
Yes.
Well, speaking about relationships, you said you weren't going anywhere. That it was going to have to be her that leaves.
That's right.
And everything, and you said that if it was Head and Shaft, you're gone. So does that mean that if it's just a tip, you got to call Dr. Chantel Thomas and work it out?
Oh, no.
I'm trying to see where is this line?
No, that does not mean that.
Okay. All right, because you were just so definitive. I'm like, okay, man. Well, better man than me, but oh well. But So yeah, but it is time for the French edition of the Wrestling Report.
All right.
This is the first what they call it PLE, Premium Live Events now. They don't call them pay-per-views anymore. But this one was held in Lyon, France. I had Spanish, so I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But it's spelled Lyon, so I'm guessing it's Lyon. So they, as usual, when you have those international crowds, they are white hot. They had songs for AJ Styles where every time they would say phenomenal, they would go into a whole song like it was a soccer match. Yeah, it was something crazy. But just to highlight the two main matches, we'll just go with the two matches that are really of interest. You had Randy Orton and Kevin Owens against the Bloodline, which this rendition of it is Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga. And it started off supposed to be a regular tag team match, but it was a big brouhaha to begin with, a slobber knocker, if you will. And so the general manager comes out there and he said, we'll just make it a no disqualification match, which him being in France, you have so many options of matches you could make it. You could make it a beret and croissant street fight, or you could make it, I don't even know what's in France that people go see. Is it the Eiffel Tower? Yeah, you can make it the Eiffel.
I do believe that's in France, yes.
The Eiffel Tower match. Right? Well, they do the Bulls in Spain, so. But he could have came up with something. But essentially, what came out of that is that Tama Tonga's brother, Tonga Loa, and I had to write these names down because I can't tell them apart. But he came out and made the save, and they wound up beating them. And for those of you who don't know, they were a tag team in New Japan Wrestling in the Bullet Club called the Gorillas, not the Gorillas, but the Gorillas of Destiny. So these are Haku's children that are now in the bloodline, which is making up an interesting dynamic because Paul Heyman is doing some master classes on acting and his
Look,
reactions.
Paul Heyman, I know he won't, but he should. He should get an Emmy.
Yes.
He is doing, and I don't understand why they don't give Emmy, because it's acting. I don't understand why they don't like look at them and, you know, give them an opportunity. But if you were gonna give an Emmy to someone in wrestling, Paul Heyman has earned it.
Yes. Yes. 'Cause every time you turn around, he's like, "What in the world is going on here?" It's like he's not even talking to Roman Reigns, and it's essentially setting up two factions in the bloodline, which may eventually lead into. I'm thinking they're going to slow walk this bad boy all the way until WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
To where you'll have the Roman Reigns bloodline versus the Rock bloodline.
Yep.
And I think the Rock is going to be on the side with Solo and Haku's boys. So, but long-term storytelling, which is great. And then the other match I wanted to hit on was the women's tag team match where you had the Kabuki Warriors, which Kairi Sane and what's her name, Asuka, versus Bianca Belair with her long ponytail and Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill.
AEW. You better hope Mrs. Livingston isn't still.
Oh, she know. She know.
She already knows.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's one of your gimmies.
Oh yeah.
That if Jade come a knocking, she knows just to leave.
Let me tell you, I was
and
asleep one week when she was on, and Mrs. Livingston woke me up. Hey, wake up. Say, what? She said, your girl on TV. I know you will want to see, so I figured I'll wake you up so you can watch. So yeah, she know.
Oh man, that's something else. My wife had a totally different reaction, but but we have new tag team champions with Bianca and Jade Cargill because the match was really uneventful. There's a few botches in there, and it seems like Jade. I just don't remember her having such botchy matches over at AEW.
No,
but this was a 17+ minute match, so yeah, but this will give her a chance to get liked by the crowd before eventually, I don't know how long they're going to take this, but eventually she has to turn. I would say they turn her and then they move her to a different brand to keep them separated for a while. So you had that slow simmer where you see them walking by each other or something like that. But yeah, but those are the only two matches really of note. The other ones were just regular matches. You knew both world champions weren't going to lose. Cody definitely wasn't going to lose. And what do they call him? The metrosexual Undertaker, Damian Priest. He wasn't gonna lose his match.
All right.
Yeah, I think they call him something worse, but we'll stick with metrosexual.
Yes.
But but all right. But yep. And tell Mrs. Livingston that you don't want to have to go and sit down and talk to talk to the counselor there. Talk to Chantel Thomas.
Yes.
So tell her just to don't even wind up in those situations and circumstances. But all right, hey, you take it easy.
All right. Hey, I appreciate you.
All right,
I'll
I'll talk to you later.
All right.
No problem.
I can't believe y'all didn't believe me. Like y'all would think that I would lie about that. I don't lie to y'all. I tell the whole truth. But yeah, LaDonna, why would you let me sleep? Why? It's not like I can do anything. Twin.
Hey, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
I think so.
I can't believe y'all talking about that match, man. You having a good show and you brought that bullshit up, man. What's up with that?
People like wrestling. Not everybody, but some people like wrestling.
You was having a good show and now you brought that little crazy stuff up, man.
I think I'm still having a good show. I think anytime I can have an excuse to pull up pictures of Jade Cargill, That's a good show.
No, and it was a miracle, man, that the dude get a chance to preach again, because it could have been deadly, man. I'm going in there and
What made it a miracle?
try to shoot.
Hold on. What made it a miracle?
It was a miracle that gun jammed.
So
He
when
didn't get
wait,
shot.
just so I'm clear, when a gun jams, that's a miracle.
No, when it's getting pointed at you, ever had a gun pointed at you?
Yeah, but not in that context.
Okay, then.
Yeah, somebody was
I had
being
one. I was
irresponsible,
in the same-
but yeah, not in that context. But
Nah.
I have had a
I
gun
had
jam.
one.
I have attempted to fire a gun and it has jammed. Was that a miracle?
Yeah. I'm talking about, like, I was in the same situation, like the pastor was. Cause dude, when I was out there, dude had a shotgun. What was it? Not a shotgun, a 9. And he shot 3 times. The 4th time he jammed. And I knew it was within that jam that threw my head off and everything. So it was a miracle. I'm still here to talk to you, right?
I
That's a
mean,
miracle.
I don't think it was a miracle. You can, from my perspective, I guess we have different definitions of miracles. To me, a miracle ain't something that happens every day. If it happens every day, it's typically not a miracle.
I mean, you can say a miracle, a blessing, whatever. Like
I'll give you a blessing. Yes.
You would say blessing, but you can still say miracle too. Like, say for instance, like one of your relatives, the doctor said he would never walk again, paralyzed and all that, and then here comes 3 days later, he walking again. Now that's a miracle.
That's not something that happens every day.
What's gonna happen every day?
People who can't walk just start walking. That don't happen every day.
How you know that?
I just know.
Man, you don't know nothing. What are you doing being asked?
Why do you ask me that?
people
You
like
always
that.
ask me, how do I know something that I know? And then I tell you that I just know it, and you say I don't know. Don't ask
like
me
you
if you're
said-
not going to believe me.
You know, I don't believe half the stuff you say. I just really believe you when your wife was right there. That's the only time I believe. 'Cause I know she probably ain't gonna lie. Well, you on the other hand gonna lie, make up a story, and have people believe it.
All right, okay, it's a
Then get it
miracle.
later.
When I went to the range and tried to fire my gun and it jammed, that was a miracle.
Man, I ain't not talking. See, there you go, being extra.
How is that being extra? If a gun jamming is a miracle, then I experienced a miracle at the gun range. Hallelujah.
Now you playing with God, man. I don't play about God, man. So anyway,
You said it was a miracle?
I'm talking about dude. What the dude almost killed the pastor, man.
It was
That's
a
miracle that
blessing.
he
I
did
will
the
give you
preaching.
that it was a blessing. It was quite fortunate that at that moment, that gun jammed. Again, the only reason I'm not giving you miracle is because that happens every day.
If you say so. If you say so, man. But still, it's a blessing, a miracle. You still here, get the preacher.
All right.
Did they arrest him for it?
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy, man. Was he a black guy or something?
Yeah, everybody was black. You didn't see the video?
I heard of it. I ain't see the video.
Okay.
I heard it.
Now, hold on. Shahara is trying to add to your argument. She said you weren't firing at a human being with the intent to kill. That's what makes a miracle. I've talked to a lot of different guys who've gone to active combat. And one of the things that people who are in the military has told me, and police have told me on a regular basis, is that you have to train for your gun to jam. You have to train because if you shoot guns, it's going to jam on you. And it don't matter if you shooting at a target, if you shooting in the air, or if you shooting at a human. So y'all telling me that every time that any individual on the planet is shooting at a person in an attempt to shoot them, that's a miracle if the gun jams. That's what y'all telling me.
No, I'm not saying that. We saying it.
All right,
but for
then.
what, huh?
I said, all right then. It's a blessing.
Well, you can say blessing, miracle, whatever. To me, it's a miracle that it would have been a bloody bath at that church, and people would have been, thinking about it like, man, it's gonna be a minute before I go to that church or whatever. They've been devastated, man, hurt and everything. It's a miracle that he gets to preach again. Well, ain't nobody got to preach at his funeral. You can say miracle or blessing on that count.
I guess you
Well,
can. You can call anything a miracle. Look, I got a camera and I hooked it to a computer and I have this device and I turn it on and anyone in the world can, if they want to and have, the device to help them, can see and hear me right now. That's a miracle. You can call anything a miracle.
I know that, man. Dang, Lord have mercy, man. It's hard to explain stuff to you, man.
What?
You always got to be extra, man.
That's not being extra.
I'm saying, when
That's just being actual.
somebody try to tell you something or whatever, no. You be extra sometimes, man. You don't even be knowing.
I said it's a miracle. You wanted it to be a miracle. I gave you that it is a miracle. But you can't say that's a miracle. It'd be like, all right, Jesus turned water into wine. And that's a miracle, right? But then if I could turn water into wine and everybody else could turn water into wine, then every time somebody turned water into wine, that would be a miracle, right?
He never turned water into wine. So y'all quit believing that stuff. You really study Bible. He never turned water into wine. Quit believing. Just like you said, we gonna be beefing and happy and all that. Hey, we won't be beefing no happy. What are you talking about, man? You extra, man. You extra. I ain't gonna hold you up. Get your miracle beefing ass on.
Now hold on. I
but-
had to ask this question.
What?
You got a baby with a white woman?
You know I ain't got no baby with no white woman.
How would I know that? You
Huh?
say you got what? Six baby mamas?
5.
5 baby mamas. It's not out the realm of possibility that one of them could be white. And you talking about how white women got booties now.
They do. You ain't been checking them out. I know you seen them in the grocery store. And
No,
every time I'm up here,
hold on.
man.
I'll be honest with you.
Every time
I haven't been checking them out. I'm one of those strange people that I got nothing against white people. Some of my best friends are white people. I've had white people over my house for dinner. But
I know I
I'm
can tell
not
where you talk.
like sexually attracted to white women. So no, I've not been checking them out.
But well, you can't speak from experience, from experience. See, I experience,
No, I can't.
so I can speak for. Yeah. So yeah, my kids are black women. How long? I used to mess with white girls, but that's been a long time.
I'm barely
Yeah.
understanding what you're saying.
I say all my kids are about black women.
Okay.
I don't have no biracial kids.
Look, if they were, it wouldn't be an issue. I just kind of heard you say something, and I was wondering.
No, it's my business. Whoever I mess with, I ain't no racial person. It's my business. They want to be about white girls, let them be. You ain't whoever.
Yeah. Hold on. What did you just say?
It's just, huh?
What did you say?
I say it's my business. Whoever is bad, white girl, whoever.
Okay.
Yin yang, whoever.
Oh, that's the part. That's disrespectful.
What?
Calling people yin yang. That's disrespectful.
All right, Mr. Do right. Well, what you want me to call? Chinese people? Japanese?
Asian, maybe? If you're talking about Asians?
Yeah.
So say Asian. That would be like a black person
No.
like, oh, I ain't gonna never date no ooga booga. You're like, what did he just say? Come on, no, you don't have to be disrespectful like that.
Man, ain't disrespectful, man.
That is
man, you
exceptionally disrespectful.
All right, see your ass. And they ain't saying no when you say the N word. That's disrespectful. If you say it, don't.
What?
I said it ain't disrespectful when you say the N word every day, right?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay then. Some people probably don't be like to call the N word.
I doubt that Chinese or Asian people run around calling themselves yin yangs.
Yeah, what else? You don't know that. I forget. You smart guy. You know.
Yes, I do.
I got some milk to put up, man. Some water. Something want me to do around here.
All right, go
I'll
put
holler
that
at
milk.
you, man. I keep looking to your little beef and meat and everything else you got, man.
See my what?
I said, I'll listen to your beef and meat, whatever else you got going on.
Oh my goodness.
Wrestling, whatever you be talking about. All right, man. Bye.
All right. I'm uncomfortable with that. I am uncomfortable. Twin, I do not want you to listen to my meat. Okay? That makes me exceptionally uncomfortable. You are forbidden from even attempting to listen to my meat. Period. I decree it. Let me see. I had something that I wanted to discuss. Or at least another video that I kind of wanted to look at. I don't know how many of y'all saw this video. Sometimes these people, I don't understand what's going on. I don't know what is happening to our democracy right in front of our eyes. It's happening right in front of our eyes. And it's somehow being made to be a good thing.
He won Wisconsin falsely, Senator. So again, to the point, you voted to certify the election results of 2020. It's the exact opposite of what you said and did after 2020. Why would you want to be on a ticket with someone where there's such a fundamental difference?
There is clear facts here. President Trump himself said he expects this election to be fair, he expects it to be honest, and he expects to win. That's what the presidential candidate should expect, and I expect the exact same thing. And frankly, the American people agree with him. This is an issue that is not an issue, so I'm not going to make it an issue.
Well, Senator, will you commit to accepting the election results of 2024? Bottom line.
At the end of the day, the 47th president of the United States will be President Donald Trump, and I'm excited to get back to low inflation, low unemployment.
Wait,
and high
Senator, yes or
enthusiasm.
no? Yes or no? Will you accept the election results of 2024 no matter who wins?
That is my statement.
But is it just yes or no? Will you accept the election results of 2024?
I look forward to President Trump being the 47th president. Kristen, you could ask him multiple times.
Senator, just a yes or no answer.
So the American people will make the decision.
But I don't
and
hear
the
you
decision will be
committing
for President Trump. That's clear.
I don't hear you committing to the election results.
Here's the deal.
Will you commit to accepting the election results?
This is why so many Americans believe that NBC is an extension of the Democrat Party. At the end of the day, I've said what I've said, and I know that the American people, their voices will be heard, and I believe that President Trump will be our next president. It's that simple.
But, Senator, as you know, the hallmark of our democracy is that both candidates agree to a peaceful transfer of power. So I'm asking you, as a potential VP nominee, will you accept to commit to the election results in this election cycle, no matter who wins? Just simply yes or no.
I expect I expect President Trump to win the next election. Listen, I'm not going to answer your hypothetical question when, in fact, I believe the American people are speaking today on the results of the election. And if it continues for the next 6 months, we find ourselves in a great position where we get back to another century of American prosperity.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories.
He wouldn't answer the question. He wouldn't answer the question. Y'all, this is happening right in front of our faces in real time. Right in front of our faces. Real time. How, like she said, that is a hallmark of what we call our democracy. Whether you win or lose, you accept the results and you move on. And when you got people saying, basically, if my guy don't win, the election is rigged. If my guy don't win, the election is faulty. Now, look, please understand this. I believe a whole lot of elections are rigged and stolen and all of that kind of stuff. I really do believe that. But look, we agreed to a certain set of standards. If those standards are met in any sort of a reasonable way, you say, we will accept the results of the election. If my guy wins, of course we'll accept it. If my guy loses, of course we'll accept it. But when your response is whatever that was, y'all, we are watching this thing, I was about to say slowly, but we are watching this thing quickly slip away. I can't accept, if my guy don't win, the results of the election. That's not what we do. Now, look, imagine this. Imagine this. They asked Joe Biden, if you lose, will you accept the results of the election? And he like, I'm not going to answer your question. And you're like, well, what? Just yes or no. Will you accept the results of the election, no matter who wins? I'm not answering. I expect to win. All right, clearly you expect to win. I imagine you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be running. Very few people run to lose, especially when you're the last two. But if you lose, will you accept the results of the election? He said, I'm not going to answer your question. Now, of course, we all know what that means. Yeah, Raven, that means I'm going to do whatever Trump say do. If I become the vice presidential candidate, and maybe if I don't, I'm going to do whatever Trump says do. How are we okay with that? I like his policies. You're talking about a guy who won't say that he will accept the results of the election. He's already said if he don't win, it's going to be bloodshed. So you combine that with, if I don't win, I'm not accepting the results of the election. And if I don't win, it's going to be bloodshed. What is that setting up for? Just, let's say this was a movie. Say this was a movie. You went to the theater, and there was a movie about an election. And one of the candidates in that movie said, if I don't win, there's going to be bloodshed. And if I don't win, I'm not accepting the results of the election. What do you think is going to happen in that movie? What do you think going to happen in that movie? We're watching this play out in real time, like it's happening right in front of us. I like his policies.
So I'm not going to make it an issue.
Well, Senator, will you commit to accepting the election results of 2024? Bottom line.
At the end of the day, the 47th president of the United States will be President Donald Trump, and I'm excited to get back to low inflation, low unemployment.
Wait,
and high
Senator, yes or
enthusiasm.
no? Yes or no? Will you accept the election results of 2024 no matter who wins?
That is my statement.
But is
That
it just
is
yes
my
or no? Will
statement.
you accept the election results of 2024?
I look forward to President Trump being the 47th president. Kristen, you could ask him multiple times. but I
Senator,
think the
just
answer
a yes
to
or
the
no
question at the end of the
answer.
day. So the American people will make the decision.
But I don't
and
hear
the
you
decision will be
committing-
for President Trump. That's clear.
I don't hear you committing to the election results.
Here's the challenge.
Will you commit to accepting the election results?
This is why so many Americans believe that NBC is an extension of the Democrat Party. At the end of the day, I've said what I've said, and I know that the American people, their voices will be heard, and I believe that President Trump will be our next president. It's that simple.
But, Senator, as you know, the hallmark of our democracy is that both candidates agree to a peaceful transfer of power. So I'm asking you, as a potential VP nominee, will you accept to commit to the election results in this election cycle, no matter who wins? Just simply yes or no.
I expect President Trump to win the next election. Listen, I'm not going to answer your hypothetical question when, in fact, I believe the American.
I'm not going to answer your hypothetical question. It's not a hypothetical question. It's not a hypothetical question. It's a real question. Twin, Ron, there's going to be an election. Somebody's gonna win. Will you accept the results that are going to happen? Oh. So once y'all know this is happening right in front of y'all. This is happening right in front of y'all. I don't know, Ron, I don't know, I'm looking for, Ron had a comment. Ron says he didn't answer the question because he know the fix is in. You're right. It's happening in real time. Those migrants are not going to know that they can't vote. They're not going to know the rules. They're going to vote, and it's going to be chaos if they do. What? What? And I understand what you're trying to say, but what? Oh my goodness. What? How did you, somehow you stuck migrants in here? I guess that's the magic boogeyman now. Migrants. Did Donald Trump sexually assault E. Jean Carroll Well, we got migrants. What got to do with anything? Did Donald Trump pay that lady $130,000 to shut up? Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but we got migrants. And then everybody, like, y'all really think that's the magic word? Like, you say migrants, like, what were we talking about? Migrants. That don't work on people. That don't work on people. Nobody's falling for that. You can't take a serious issue and then just try to slide it into everything to, we not all, you know what I'm saying? Sleight of hand don't work like that. Migrants. You could just throw migrants in anything, and you're supposed to now just be confused. Migrants. Ron.
What up, man?
How you doing, sir?
I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
Oh. Did a miracle happen to you too?
I'm sorry.
Nothing.
What you say?
I was just asking if a miracle happened to you too. Some sort of miracle that happens every day.
Oh no, I'm grateful because I'm not doing well. My back really hurt, and I'm just grateful because it could be a lot worse than what it is, and I could be in a lot different situation.
Yeah, like you could be a migrant.
And yeah, like I could be a migrant.
Yes.
And yeah, but shit, they get free health care. So anyway, now if the election is proven that we have a lot more people vote than we have registered. And Biden loses, and it's evidence that migrants voted. Are you going to accept that election? Are you going to accept the results of that election?
That's a stupid question, Ron.
No. Are you going to accept the results of an election if it happens like that?
Ron. That's a stupid question.
No. Wait, what?
Yeah. That's a stupid question.
Okay, so you would accept that election, right?
That's a stupid question.
No. Wait, why is it stupid? If people.
Hold on, Ron. Just so you know, what you're doing is actually a hypothetical. So okay. I'll answer your hypothetical with an also ridiculous hypothetical. Okay. Let me raise you. I'll raise your hypothetical with another hypothetical. If the election happens and we prove that aliens from outer space landed and manipulated all of the ballots and Trump wins, will you accept those results?
Okay. Now I wouldn't accept those results. Because aliens.
It's a ridiculous question.
But see, no, it's not a ridiculous question. No, because first of all, you don't pass billions and billions and billions of dollars to be sent to other places, and do not do anything. When you asked, the Biden administration asked for more money to fix the border. They asked. They didn't allocate $1.
He said migrants, y'all. This is just a long way of saying migrants to get you off of the topic that we're actually talking about. Migrants.
Because you want to take and spin it. But
you're trying to spin it.
You won't be honest.
No, you're trying to spin it. You're trying to say migrants, and I'm supposed to be like a dog when I'm doing fetch, and a squirrel run by, and I forget the stick that I'm actually trying to fetch, and I'm so confused. Oh, a squirrel, and I go chase after the squirrel.
Nope.
Migrant.
Nope. Nope.
That's
nope.
exactly what you're doing. And we're not
Nope.
so stupid that we
And
can't see it.
You trying to spin me, and you try to.
No,
you
I'm
try
sorry.
To do
I'm
that
trying to
because you
unspin
know
what you're trying to spin.
I'll be confused. Okay, let me let you finish, and I
All
ask
right.
you the question again.
All right. I'm trying to unspin what you're trying to spin.
Okay.
I'm not
okay.
falling into the migrants trap.
Okay. Wait. No, now you finished? Are you finished?
I don't know. It all
Can I
depends on how ridiculous the next thing that comes out of your mouth is.
Can I talk?
You've been able to talk the whole time. You haven't stopped.
Oh no, you could be interrupting me. Let me go ahead and get it out.
Okay, go ahead. Get it out.
Okay.
Migrants.
Now, they didn't authorize $1 after they asked for money. They asked for money. The Biden administration asked for money to fix the border. They didn't authorize one dime. Now, you gotta ask, how come they don't want to fix the border? How come we letting millions and millions and millions? We let so many people in that it's the population of some states. Now, if those migrants, and you can say what you want to say, but they have IDs now. They have IDs, and what you need to vote? What you need to vote? Do you need an ID to vote? I'm sorry, do you need an ID to vote?
You're asking me that?
I'm sorry, do you need an ID to vote?
Hold on. Are you asking me, does one need an ID to vote?
Yes.
In some places, yes.
Yes, what do you need to vote? What else do you need to vote?
To be registered.
Yeah. And
what do you need to be registered?
Oh no, you can register to vote.
No, well, I don't know about everywhere, but when I registered to vote, they required certain information.
Excuse me. You don't need anything. You need to have your ID and register to vote. You'll need your place of residence and all that other stuff. Now, Joe Biden let these migrants in. The Biden administration let these migrants in. First of all, you think they not if you want it, if somebody lets you in their house and they said, oh, you come in and mi casa su casa, and you got to live in the house, but then somebody say, oh no, so and so you can't stay there. Unless
hold on, may I ask you a question?
Unless the authorized owner of this house say you can stay here.
Right.
So you ain't gonna vote for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying. I can't get my words right.
Right.
To what I'm doing. But
right.
you're not gonna vote for Biden if you're an immigrant and you know that
right.
the Biden administration got you up here,
right.
and the Trump administration is saying that you're going to be hunted down and deported.
Right.
You're not going to vote for Trump. You're going to do
right.
everything you can do to get Biden in
right.
office. You're going to do everything you can do,
right.
including vote for him. If you don't,
right.
you don't
right.
know. They don't know the rules of voting.
Right.
But what?
Emanuel. In what state in the United States of America are you not required to be a U.S. citizen to vote?
Every state is you're required to be a U.S. citizen to vote.
So why are we talking about migrants who are not U.S. citizens voting when they're not allowed to vote?
That is not so. That is the most retarded fucking thing you have ever said to me. What? So people don't do illegal shit.
Ron.
But they illegal migrants. They
Ron.
came up here illegally. What
Ron.
the fuck? They gonna vote by.
Ron, how are they gonna? If they're not registered,
Get the
Ron.
fuck outta here, man.
Ron, if they're not
Get the fuck
registered,
outta here.
if they're not registered to vote, how are they gonna vote?
Hey, first of all, how are they not gonna be registered?
Because you can't register if you're not a citizen.
You can register. What you need to register? An ID, nigga.
You need more than just an ID.
What? So you don't need no damn more than ID. What
Ron.
you need besides ID?
Ron.
What you need?
Ron.
What you
Ron.
need?
Ron.
What you need besides ID? You
Ron.
said you need more than ID.
Ron.
What is it that you need?
Didn't you just admit that you can't register to vote if you're not a citizen, right?
What do you need to register besides ID?
Proof of citizenship.
Nigga, you. What's your proof of citizenship?
Hold on.
Nigga, get the fuck out of here. You reaching. You
Ron.
reaching.
Ron.
You
Ron.
reaching.
I'm
You
not reaching. You
because
just
know-
admitted. You just
know
clearly admitted that you
can
can't
happen.
register
You
to
know
vote if
that
you're not a
that
citizen,
can
right?
Happen. You know you can happen. That you know that can happen, and you know anybody with common sense will know if you got one president that's talking about hunting you down and
Ron.
sending your ass back,
Ron.
and you got one president that's that let you over here and don't gave you money, all
Ron.
that shit. You going to do everything you can do to
Ron.
make sure that motherfucker win that gave you access. Now you being
Ron.
retarded if you gonna say
Ron.
something contrary to that.
Ron.
Nigga, you lying.
Ron.
You lying.
Ron. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Let's go back to the facts. Not all of this migrant
No,
stuff.
the fact-
Hold
no.
on.
You
Ron,
said
I
you
stopped
was-
talking and I
you
let you
said
have your
you-
say. Come on.
you said you was
Show me the
saying-
same level of respect.
But you
I
said
let you
was
have
saying
your
you
say.
was
I let
Okay.
you have
All
your
right,
say.
Okay.
You can't register to vote if you're not a citizen. You can't vote if you're not registered. So the idea that all
What
of
do you need
these
to register?
what
What
you
do
need,
you need to
it's
register?
different things in different states. Like here, I remember I needed because I did it while I was driving. I mean, registering to
ID,
drive.
nigga.
Ron, can I get it out?
ID.
Ron, can I get it out?
Okay, go ahead.
I did it while I was getting my driver's license. So I needed my birth certificate and social security card. I didn't know
I'm
birth
sorry, go ahead.
certificates were that funny. That's what I needed. So how are they going to register to vote?
You don't need a birth certificate. You only need your ID.
Ron, I'm telling you,
an ID with a social security number, an ID
Ron,
with
Ron,
ID with a social security number.
Ron.
What, Emmanuel?
In what state? I'll look it up. You might be right. In what state do you not need anything but an ID without a social security number on it?
Try Ohio.
Ohio. All right. I'll look it up for Ohio.
I know when Cameron registered to vote, he didn't have no.
I don't know who
he didn't
Cameron
have
is.
my son, my youngest son. He didn't have no driver's license. He didn't even have a driver's license. He just had a state ID.
Okay. And
only thing he needed was that state ID.
How did he get the state ID?
He went to the bank or went to the the ID place.
And what did they require for him to get that state ID?
Social security card. And I don't know.
So he
It might-
needed
it
a
might have been the
social.
birth-
So
it
he
might have been-
needed
it might
a
have been the
social
birth
security
certificate.
card.
Hey, I'm telling you, I said try Ohio. I said
You
try
just,
Ohio.
Ron, I'm just
I
going
said
based on
try
what you
Ohio.
just said. You said
I
your
said
son
try-
didn't need
I
anything.
I said try Ohio because I remember, as I recollect, he didn't need ID or he didn't need no birth certificate to get his state ID.
So he needed his
now,
social security card.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that. Yeah, I believe that was the only thing he needed.
That's significant, right?
And
maybe hold on, because you have more
and
information
he-
about. Oh, wait, you have more information about this. Do they give social security cards to undocumented citizens?
Oh, nigga, you know they're not supposed to.
Oh.
They're not supposed to.
Oh.
But if somebody undocumented getting that now, and of course, you say, oh no, it's ridiculous. But if somebody undocumented still an identity, you know.
So now,
they
wait a
got
minute. So
ID.
now we've transitioned the argument to there's going to be so many migrants with stolen identities that registered to vote, so many that it changes the outcome of the election. That's the argument that we've switched to?
Emmanuel.
Yes.
Emmanuel.
Yes.
I didn't say that.
It kind of sound like what you were leading to.
No, I didn't say that.
All right.
Emmanuel.
Ron?
I didn't say that. No.
Then what
And
are you saying? What are you saying?
You're not going to twist my words around.
See, here's what
I'm
happened.
saying-
Ron, just so you know, this whole conversation
I'm
came
saying
from
exactly-
one question. It came from one question. Will you accept the
saying-
results of the election? And somehow we've gone down this rabbit hole
Yes.
of migrants.
Yes, we've gone down this rabbit hole of migrants.
That
because
doesn't change anybody's
they
mind.
They had $165 billion on the table, and they asked, the Biden administration asked for money to fix the border, and they did nothing. They allocated nothing. Why would you do that shit? Why would you do that?
One of the things that happened.
See, I don't.
Did you want me to
I don't look
answer?
at stories.
Do you want me to answer?
It's rhetorical, but you can answer.
Well, one of the things that happened was they had a deal on the border.
Oh no, nigga! No, nigga! No, nigga!
Yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga. They had a deal. It was bipartisan. They had worked out a deal, and then Donald Trump told them not to pass the deal because he didn't want to fix the problem while Joe Biden, or even begin to fix the problem while Joe Biden was in office.
Emmanuel.
Right?
You can't go back to that little bullshit.
What little bullshit? They had a deal. They had a deal, nigga. They had a deal.
And that deal didn't pass. That deal didn't go
Why?
through.
Why didn't that deal pass?
Because Donald Trump didn't. I believe that because I ain't heard him say shit. Donald Trump did not want him. That's the thing that
Ron,
they're saying.
so why didn't the deal pass?
Okay, Donald Trump.
Why did the deal not pass?
Donald Trump did not want them to go through and give Joe Biden a gimme. That's politics, and you know that.
Exactly. So the deal didn't pass because of politics. So you can't blame the Biden administration for the Republicans blowing up a deal.
But the deal passed. The deal passed, and not zero allocated for border security.
The deal didn't
and
pass.
You have to ask why.
The deal did not pass.
Nigga, they spent $169 billion to Israel, Ukraine.
That's not
and
what
Taiwan.
we talking about. Again, you're trying to change subjects. So we're talking about the election, and then you scream migrants. So then we talk about the border bill, and so then you start screaming Ukraine.
That's the bill I'm talking
it's
about.
not. You're not
the bill.
confusing me.
Emmanuel.
You're not confusing me.
Emmanuel.
Will you accept the
Emmanuel.
results of the election? Migrants.
Emmanuel.
Okay, what happened to the
Emmanuel.
border deal? Ukraine.
Emmanuel.
Come on, man.
Emmanuel.
You can't
Emmanuel.
have it like try to
Emmanuel.
change the subject every way,
Emmanuel.
every time. Your
Emmanuel.
point is not salient.
Emmanuel.
You can't do it.
Emmanuel.
Ron,
Emmanuel. You have to wonder why they didn't. If they offered something in the bill before
oh my goodness.
for border security, you have to wonder why they gave up all that motherfucking money,
Ron.
but did not allocate nothing for border security.
That wasn't a border
why.
security bill.
You
They had a border
It
security
wasn't a
bill,
border
and the
security bill,
Republicans
'cause they
blew it
didn't.
up.
Nah, nigga. Emmanuel.
You just admitted
Emmanuel.
that it happened
Emmanuel.
because of politics.
Emmanuel.
You admitted it.
Emmanuel.
Ron.
Emmanuel.
You admitted it.
It happened because of politics.
Right. So how do you be mad at Biden because the Republicans blew up a deal for politics?
So when they got to decide, okay, we got to send money to Ukraine. We got to send money to
that
Israel.
border deal
We
had
got
nothing to
send-
do with
we got
Ukraine.
to send-
Stop
we got-
trying
we
to
got to
bring
send
up
money-
Ukraine
we
to
got to-
distract
we got
us
to-
from the
No,
border bill
nigga,
that the
I'm
Republicans blew up.
No, nigga, that ain't no distraction.
That's exactly what it is.
See, and that's
You
what
really
it is.
think we that stupid?
When I told you beware of the distractions, let me
You
let
are
me
the
tell you.
distraction. You're
let me
trying
tell
to,
you. Let-
again,
no,
hey,
no,
will
no,
you
no,
accept the results of the
no,
election?
no.
Immigration. Okay. What about the border bill? Ukraine. Now, if we start talking about Ukraine, then you're going to what? Gaza. It's always something. What about Stormy Daniels? Migrants. What about E. Jean Carroll? Ukraine. Like, come on.
Hey, Emmanuel.
Ron.
Emmanuel.
Ron.
Listen, I'm telling you, first of all, when I told you last week to beware the distractions, did you know that Benjamin Netanyahu and his cabinet got arrest warrants on them?
On who?
On Benjamin Netanyahu and his immediate cabinet.
Arrest warrants from who?
They were when that college shit jumped off. They were voting. NATO.
I told y'all this.
NATO was voting. NATO was voting on whether or not to have him held not in contempt. What is that? For war crime.
While he's talking, y'all.
For war crime. That NATO was having a meeting on them.
While he's talking, y'all just remember that the initial question was, will you accept the results of the election?
They were talking about the fact
we've gone
that
hold on a second.
with Benjamin Netanyahu, if they have access to
we've gone from
Benjamin
will you
Netanyahu,
accept the results of
like
the
they
election?
don't have
He didn't like that, so we went to migrants,
and
then we went
now,
from
should
migrants. They blew
arrest,
up the border deal.
Now,
So then they went
they
Ukraine.
didn't arrest him, and nobody
He didn't get no traction
knew
on
because the
Ukraine.
college
So now he's
campuses
talking
all blew
Israel
up
and Gaza.
all that other shit. And I
Like-
said beware the distractions because
And we supposed to buy this.
because
We supposed to
Now,
be so confused.
he did. Now they NATO did that, but did you see what Benjamin Netanyahu and his team did
No.
to Al Jazeera?
No, what did they do?
Now yesterday they took out. Now they're going into Rafah. They're going into Rafah. Yesterday they took out all the independent journalists, which were Al Jazeera. Now Al Jazeera has been their independent news source forever. They took and they raided Al Jazeera,
again,
and they
you
took
don't
out
claim.
everything that they can record everything with and all the equipment because they wanted a blind eye
Right.
in Israel.
Right.
What?
What do you think about the ceasefire negotiations that's happening over there right now?
They said that they accepted the ceasefire. I just don't believe that shit.
Oh,
Just don't believe that shit.
you don't believe that?
No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that it is the way that they say it is.
No.
You can't believe nothing.
Will you accept the results of the election?
Oh, I won't. If Donald Trump loses, and like I said, there are an elevated well, how can I put it?
Yes or no, sir. Will you accept the results of the election?
Now, first of all, I gotta accept the results of the election
Okay.
because I ain't got no. Who the fuck am I? So you know I got to, but I won't like that shit if there's any shit in the game, which I believe there's some shit. Man, I'm telling you, I pray.
I get you don't even believe
pray.
you don't even believe we're gonna
I don't-
have an election. So
No,
I understand that.
I pray. Look, I was just ready to say, you know, and you didn't do your homework like I said, and I gave you the thing that the statute where they can pause an election. I did give you the statute.
You were wrong.
And no, I wasn't.
You were wrong.
Everybody's seen it. So they can go back and review it if they want to.
Yeah,
but there is a statute that they can pause an election, which it's a wartime statute. So statute.
A statute and a statute are two totally different things.
Nigga, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm just trying to help you say it right.
Nigga, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. And there is a thing that they can pause an election. I really
you're wrong.
Wish that I wish that they would make me feel more confident that there will be an election.
Okay.
But
so you're not going to accept the results of the election either way because you don't believe it's going to be one. All right.
Oh no, I didn't say that shit. I said I ain't got no choice.
You 100% said there's not going to be an election.
I ain't got no choice but to accept the election, of the results of the election. Because who am I? But I ain't gonna like that shit if there's any shit in the game.
All right.
Period.
Okay.
All right, man.
All right.
1 minute.
Have a good one. All right. See the trick. Just know the trick. Migrant. Brian.
That's the trick. Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Not too bad, man. I'm going to keep it brief because I know you're probably trying to end, but I do want to make about 4 short points. 1, the problem that intelligent voters face in this country, to me, is that Biden is trash. And they're stuffing it, the party is stuffing it down liberal voters' throats. That's part of the problem. I agree with everything you said about how horrible Trump is or whatever, but the Democratic Party has decided y'all gonna take this. They pretty much said, this dude is worse. We know it, so we're gonna do nothing in terms of policies or anything else to even try to satisfy you because we don't have to, because we know that you're not going to vote for this other dude. That's part of the problem. So in all of these debates and all of these discussions, that part is obscured. It's the silent truth that nobody wants to say, that you're about to hold your nose while you eat the shit sandwich. So that's one thing.
All right.
The other thing, these requests around immigration and these wild proposals that come from the Republican Party are grandstanding. They over-propose something knowing that it won't get passed so they can say the stuff that they say, especially on immigration, which leads to my third point. Actually, rightists, people who think like Ron and his ilk, and the wealthy, the super wealthy, business owners, etc., support immigration. That's the biggest lie that the Republican Party and the Democratic Party tells us, is that somehow they have a stance that's friendly to immigrants. Neither party does. What they want is an increase in illegal immigration to keep wages down and bolster a permanent underclass to bring down everybody's wages, because that's what the rich folks who own industry want to do.
Yeah.
So it's not this immigration thing is really a fake argument because it's not partisan. Both parties want that. The big difference, though, is how they spin it, the rhetoric behind it. But at the end of the day, just like when it comes to Israel, since people want to bring up the Palestine question, both parties support that regime. How they support it is different. But they both support that regime, and they both let all kinds of Palestinian people be murdered and killed, and then after the fact want to dance around like they care about human lives, which is all BS. The last point I just wanted to raise in the conversation is this past election, it was reported again and again in state after state that deviations from the law or people who tried to cheat or, bad ballots, bad machines and so on was negligible at a usual percentage, meaning that there were no more cheaters or less cheaters than there have ever been. And that number of people who do get away with with finding a dead person's name or or a ballot machine that screwed up 1,000 ballots. Like the number of times that those happened was equal or lesser than it has been in all previous elections, no matter what party got into power. So the thing I like about this conversation is it both illuminates the degree, like Ron, and I usually don't call people out specifically, but the degree to which people like that, and I'm sure the brother on some level, is an intelligent brother. He's whatever. He thinks about things, even if I disagree with him. But the degree to which people like that are willing to just straight up lie keeps us from ever being able to have an honest debate where the real issues come out. And instead, it remains partisan. And as long as it's partisan, you and I say you and I meaning the bigger you and I, can never see the real issue underneath, which is that neither of these parties care about what our outcomes are. So until we start thinking about our own independent party or our own independent ideas, and we simply are forced to bounce back and forth between A and B, we never can get to the real question. So I appreciate you giving me time to make the call. Little side note, you asked me the other day about what my business was. I make fine jewelry. My business just opened last week. I had a smashing grand opening. And at another time, I'll tell you about it. And I still got something I got to give you, but I'll DM you about it.
All right. Do you want to shout the business out so people can come and support?
Sure. It's called, on Facebook and on Instagram, it's IMG BAT. Look for that on either of those platforms or online. Put a .com at the end. There I am.
You say IMG, B as in Brian.
Boyd. Right. BAT.
BAT. All right. Hey, I appreciate your call.
Love what you do, bro.
All right. Thanks. All right. IMG BAT. IMGBAT.com. Check him out. Search him on Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. All right. Hey, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I do got to get out of here. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of this kind of wet day. I was about to say moist, but people don't like when you say moist. So enjoy the rest of this damp day. I prefer moist. I'm very partial to moistness. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. As you are out and about, do me one favor. Be the reason that somebody smiles today. Till next time.